Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're here to do my budget for April. It's coming out a little later than I wanted, but I just kind of wanted to go over a couple things with you just in case you're new here. So I budget monthly, and also I budget monthly on camera, and then I budget by my paycheck off camera. Which is why there's I'll flip to March, which is why there's other budgeted items here that aren't included in my initial budget. But all the stickers I use are from my Etsy shop. There's a link down below. But these are my expense tracker stickers, and I just kind of wanted to go over this because I did receive a message asking about them. So this is how I use them. The little white checkbox here is to check it off. For me, I do a single line. I do a single line when I have put the money into the account to pay it, and then I'll do another line once it has cleared the bank. Or once I have manually paid it. I don't have a ton of bills that I manually pay. So typically it's a single line for when I've transferred the money to my bills account, and then a double line once it's cleared the bank. And then I use a bunch of different colors. I believe I offer 22 or 23 colors. I have green for income, gray for bills, dark teal for fuel or car expenses, yellow for groceries, dark blue for household, light orange for eating out, turquoise for other budgeted items. So things that I will do in my paycheck budget that I'll budget for that don't necessarily have a category in my budget. Purple is for to savings, which right now is my sinking funds. Red is unbudgeted, and this hot pink is for whatever baby step I'm on. So right now I'm on baby step 2, paying off my debt. But I just kind of wanted to go over that with you. And this key is just a little compliment card from Erin Condren with a coil clip on it. And then, so this is how my monthly view always starts out looking. I put in my 2 work paydays and then all of my monthly bills in gray. And then this month I am going to do something a little bit different because I always get to the end of the month and I either have less money or more money than I anticipated. So this income sticker at the beginning of the month, I actually put it on the 31st, but is going to be for money that was left over in my account, money that I'm starting the month with, not including these bills, just money that is in my account ready to go for the month. So there's that. That's how I set up my view. These payday stickers are for Etsy paydays. I don't include that in my personal budget because my Etsy income pays my business expenses. That's all I'm doing right now. I don't use any of that money for myself. Maybe in the future I'll start transferring it over, but right now I'm totally happy with how it is. So I get paid twice, and then if you noticed, 3 of my credit cards are gone. I paid off in March 3 full credit cards, and I will say, just in case you don't check out my March results video, it was because of my tax refund and that last stimulus that we got. But 3 cards are paid off. That is why this credit card payment is so high. It's $106.35 because it includes the minimum payment plus the minimum payment for those other 3 cards. I'm going to try the snowball method. In my mind, I just want to make that minimum payment and not do that, but that's what we're going to do. And then I use this sidebar for anything that's going on this month and then anything that I need to do. So this month, my student loan payments were supposed to start, but they were deferred again until November. On the 15th, quarter 1 taxes are due for my business. I have the 2nd through the 5th off. And then my P.O. Box payment, I pay that annually for my business, and that is due. And then to change my instant ink plan before the 11th, but I already did that. And then I need to earn $100 per week or $500 total for this month with DoorDash or Grubhub, which I haven't done in quite some time. And then here, I haven't filled it all the way out. This is like to do for the month if I don't include it in there. Some of it I do. Monthly goals, and then get it done. I usually include a quote here about some like financial goal, but I haven't filled it out yet. So let's just get into the budget. I laid all the stickers, but I haven't filled anything out. So let's do that. So income, I'm going to do McDonald's because that is my full-time job right now. And then delivery. And I deliver for DoorDash and Grubhub. I haven't since... Oh, I did it once in February. But otherwise, I really haven't gone out since January. I haven't done it at all in March so far, so we're going to try to get back out there. And then other, I always expect other to be 0. But it's for like situations where like tax refund, stimulus. I guess in March I put an expected amount there because I was expecting my refund. Delivery, I'm gonna put 500 because I really need to. And then McDonald's, I kind of calculated out based on the days that I'll have on each pay period. And my company made me take my week vacation, but I did not get paid for it on that paycheck. So I am expecting that in April also. So I am going to say I'm expecting $16.50 for the month. And then that's kind of where I'm going to leave it. This is going to be $21.50. Okay. And then, so how I do it is I do my variable expenses here, my fixed expenses here. That way I'm only writing one time on this coil instead of writing it and then doing the actual and then doing the plus or minus. So let's just fill out my variable expenses. I'm gonna snag my ruler here so I can kind of keep it straight. I have energy, city. The energy is our gas bill. City is like water, sewer, trash. Verizon. And I know someone will balk at our Verizon bill. It has gone down significantly in the last few months, but it does include 2 phones, and I think now we're down to 2 tablets instead of 3. And this credit cards here is just the minimum payments that are listed. And because I'm on debt payoff, I have a set amount for baby steps. Not a set amount. I have a line item for baby steps. Groceries. Household. Fuel and car. Eating out. Sinking funds. And I don't have a set amount each month that I do to sinking funds right now. I'm not quite there. I will go over my sinking funds list and kind of explain that in a little bit. Then I'm going to do other budgeted. And I think right now, the only thing that I have that's other budgeted is Chewy. I don't believe that I need anything else. I did a lot of that in March. Baby steps. And unbudgeted. And this I always put 0 for. I don't budget anything for it. I'm going to fill out my fixed expenses while I have the ruler out. And then I am going to do this a little backwards as to how I've always done it. I've always listed them in order by due date. This month I'm going to do it a little bit different. So I'm going to start with my auto payment. And that is the first bill that I will have to pay in April because the bills for the 1st through the 8th are already paid for. So I'm going to start there and then go to Spectrum as our internet provider, Netflix, Pandora, electric, daycare, and then this is where I normally do it backwards. So these are the bills that will be due, that are due the 1st through the 5th. So I have storage, Blue Cross for my insurance, vision insurance, and dental insurance. And what I'm gonna do is, because on my monthly view, I've already checked off that these are paid for. And yeah, but like here, I've checked those that they're already paid for. And here, what I want to do is for April, I'm going to check here that April's are paid. But here, I'm going to check it when I've paid the ones for May. Because I keep getting that mixed up where I'm like, okay, well, I've paid all these bills, but I'm over budget because these bills were paid for in the previous month, even though I've paid them for the upcoming month. But I'm just going to see if this works out a little better for me if I like work it around. And then if you guys want to do the math with me, you will find that I did this budget to be a $0 budget, which I don't typically do. So I'm going to do my budgeted amounts for these. Energy, I did $66.63. That's what it has been for the last year, but it's always subject to change. So I just keep it in my variable expenses. City, I'm going to do $65. Verizon is $285. And this is a variable expense because I always budget that amount. But then around the 3rd or 4th of the month, they give me the actual total, which is always a little bit different. Credit card minimum payments is $194.35. Groceries is $200. Household $50. Fuel and car is $100. Eating out is $50. Sinking funds, I did $150. Other budgeted is $40, and this month is for cat food. Baby steps, I did $159.72, and that number is so off because it was the last thing that I budgeted. It was everything that was left over from this number. So that brings this total to $13.60.70, which that is kind of hard to see on this dark blue. And then for fixed expenses, auto payment is $382.99. Spectrum is $59.99. Netflix is $8.99. For our Netflix, I just pay for one screen. Me and Declan are the only ones who watch it, and we don't really ever watch it at the same time unless we're watching the same movie together. So I just pay for us to have one screen. It's working out just fine. We don't need anything more than that. Pandora is $9.99. Electric is $49 even. Daycare this month is $146.75, and that is, if you watch last month's, it is different than last month because last month I had four weeks to pay for daycare. I pay it every Friday, and this month, this one's already paid in March, but I have these 4 weeks plus the first week of May on the 7th that I'll have to pay. So that is why that is higher than it was in March. And then storage for May, I'm going to put like a little line here. Okay. $60 for storage. I'm hoping to be done with that by the end of the summer. Blue Cross is $36.66. Vision insurance is $13.51, and dental is $21.42. And that brings this fixed expenses total to $789.30. So there's that. And I do just want to check because I did this math pretty late last night. So I've got 1360.7 plus 789.3 is 2150. So nothing is unaccounted. And then this income right here, that will go under other income. Maybe, I don't know. I might do what I did for my business. For my business budget, I put leftover, expected, actual, plus or minus. Like I just did another line underneath. I might do that. I'm undecided because it's technically not income that I really need to account for in that way. And then for weekly check-ins, I'm just going to fill out the top one. Let's see if, I don't know that I need to keep track of other budgeted items, but I do need groceries, fuel and car. In March, I kept track of other budgeted items just because that line item was so high for that month. I might do eating out. And then household. And then, so I just put my categories, and then the budget is what I start with is 200, 100, 50, and 50. Okay, so that's all I'm going to fill out for that. And then what day does, oh, I did just do 3 days for that. Okay. Okay, so this first week will be the 1st through the 3rd, and then the 4th through the 10th, 11 through 17, 18 through 24, and then 25 through 30, because I do start my weekly check-ins on the 1st of the month and end them on the last day of the month. And then I'm just going to kind of go over the sinking funds with you. This is my list. I do not fund these all at the same time. I don't fund each one every month. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking the ones that have a set amount each year, and I'm funding those, aside from like Declan's activities, Declan's clothes, stuff like that. My emergency fund is listed in here. It is actually in a separate account, but I want to see that it's there. But like Disney Plus, that sinking fund is funded, even though that's not due till October, but it's my lowest one. And I'm working on car insurance that's due in July. But I'm just funding what needs to be funded right now. And then, or what has like a cap amount, and then I'll start funding other things. So right now, we're still in March. So I haven't actually closed these out, but like I said, there's no set deposit here. And I will actually flip to March's. So what I do is I have it here. The red is what I want in there. But right now, these are all deposits, like stuff that I'm funding. Car insurance, Disney Plus is fully funded now. But most of my transaction log is just me depositing money so that I can keep track of it. But that's kind of where we're at. That's all I do. I leave these pages blank. I'll do my paycheck budgets on them off camera, but that's just kind of where we sit. So right now I have no money unaccounted for. And then anything extra will either go to sinking funds or debt payoff, depending on, I'm more inclined to put it to my car insurance sinking fund because that is due in July. So we'll kind of see there. But anyway, I'm going to end this here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.